Okay. Are we back? Good. Drop frames. What is going on today? VOD bridger, memory is really high. And drop the audio a little bit just to help it out. Okay. Yeah, OBS is still reporting a lot of drop frames, which is not good. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some delay. There's no dodging that, but that's still really weird. This is like much worse performance than I'm used to having. So, not a big fan of that. I'll have to figure out why that is. Here, let me close this in case that's causing issues. Eating up memory, I don't want it to be. Yeah. Yeah, and when I waited for when I was restarting the stream, it was definitely very delayed in closing everything down. It's like it was having to sort of catch up with itself, which I guess is fair. We've all been there, right? Yeah, let me do a quick flip over just to make sure things are looking good at the other angle. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Gonna emphasize that shape. You're not sculpting in live anymore? Like ZBrush? No. The Halloween project actually, yeah, that might have been the last ZBrush thing that I was doing. I haven't been doing a lot of it. Mainly just because of time. But yeah, mostly what I have been able to get to on stream has been drawings. I don't have any like projects in mind. Is it on Twitter? I think I posted it on Twitter. I don't think I posted it on Pixiv just because it's kind of not the right kind of work for Pixiv, I guess. I guess it would be fine. Oh, I know what I want to do. Yeah, the pugkin. The little goofball. That was a neat project, and I was happy to get that done as quick as we did. It was very much a speed sculpt, at least by my standards. Aw, thank you. Yeah, so I guess the main like reason that I haven't done a lot of like ZBrush stuff. So 3D, obviously, the account is not safe for work. Your account? It's like, I think mine is fine. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, you can. That's fine with me. I got no judgments about safe for work or not safe for work content. Concepts. Here we go. I need my model sheet. Tell you for not getting banned. Okay, well, I appreciate it. I will not check on stream for sure. Okay, so yeah, we just need to say oh yeah, no, I would not be checking Twitter on stream. Some streamers do that, and they are Braver than I am. Quick sort of sketch through, make sure we're getting some good volumes on here. I'm gonna leave the clothes on just so Twitch doesn't get any wily ideas. Apparently I'm too sexy for Twitch. Though the previous drawing didn't get me in any trouble. Focusing on rigging and animation these months. Nice. Yeah, I really want... I did some practice in Blender over the holidays. Just to get used to the feeling, because I'm not like familiar with the layout of the program. More so now, but still definitely need to do some practice. And yeah, I want to get some rigging learned and under my belt. I don't really know how to rig very well in Maya either, so it'll be a good opportunity to just sort of take it, you know, approach it fresh. You know, with modeling, I'm kind of like, okay, I know how to do this in Maya, so I don't know how to do, like, how can I model in Blender that's similar to what I'm familiar with? Whereas with rigging, it's like, well, I don't know how to do shit in Maya, so let's just take it from the top. Yeah, Blender is interesting. And from what I understand, they introduced, I think the latest update to Blender had some good improvements to their animation pipeline. But again, I don't have any point of comparison. Just spent months and years to understand it. That is the way. Yeah, because I came over to Clip Studio from Photoshop, so, you know, there was an initial sort of period of just like, okay, how do I get you to basically be Photoshop? That's what I want from you. I got it mostly working. There's a couple of things, like the text tool in Clip is bad. It's just bad. So I definitely, like, anytime I have to do stuff involving text, I need to go back over and use Photoshop. Problem with rigging is sometimes there's no documentation or tutorials. Yeah. I mean, even with Blender, I guess that makes some sense. I wonder what Savannah uses. I think she's all Blender at this point. Though, yeah, she doesn't have much in the way of tutorial videos, so that's not helpful. Yeah, so Savannah XYZ. Like, she's definitely a capable, very talented animator, but I think, yeah, she just has like little entertainment bits. I don't think she does like tutorial stuff. She had a really good video where she like modeled out Jace from Arcane, which had some neat, like, you know, tips and tricks stuff, but nothing like, it was not a tutorial video. It was just sort of a speed sculpt video. Or speed modeling. Go ahead and leave that where it is, I think. Cleaned up that hand the way I wanted. Let's bring this one up a little bit just to keep it on level. I made a T-Rex 2 months ago. Nice. Yeah, those are hard just because you don't have like the conventional, you know, the sort of, what is it? Like with humans, you know, there's so many base rigs to work with. And you don't have that luxury. Like there's human rigs and quadruped rigs and maybe bird rigs. And that's like anything outside of that. Sorry, 1 second, I need some water. That is an option too. Yeah, let's just make this a bit longer. Fine, I'm just gonna turn the clothes off for a second. If you got money, ain't that always the challenge? Though, I don't know, for me, like obviously it depends on the project, it depends on what I need, but I would... Generally, I prefer either stuff that I can sort of like take apart and learn it, or just to make it myself. Because if I know how to make it, then I can make more, or I can make modifications. Whereas like if it's just an asset that I bought and I don't know how it works, then I can only use it the way that I got it. Again, depends on what you're doing. Like if it's something that you just need done for a project, or if you're like working on a bigger project and you don't have the time to do everything bespoke, then yeah. You're gonna waste a lot of time before making it. It depends a bit. Because again, like if you learn from it and that makes you able to like make more things or make modifications to things, makes the next time easier, I wouldn't call it a waste of time. Also losing focus on the project if you do everything. Yeah. And that has been one of the things sort of holding my game back, is just like, well, the next sort of step for me that I would like to do is rigging and animating the player character. And yeah, that has just been a roadblock because I don't know how to do it and I need to learn. And what would probably be the most efficient would just be to commission someone to do it. That gets into a whole thing because, you know, I want to eventually sell the game, ideally. And then, you know, we would need to hash out royalties or get an agreement. If you want, I can teach you something. Sure. Like, is it a tutorial or? Oh. Like the main thing that I need to do first is just sort of learn Blender rigging. Or figure out how to do that. Because I know principles of rigging. I'm not even going to say fundamentals. I just know like what I'm sort of targeting. Like I know the whole reverse IK system. Probably one of the few people that know about rigging in Blender. All right. I mean, yeah, if you've got some helpful advice, by all means. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. Legs, we're gonna keep them pretty on the narrow. I think we can buff up the arm just a little bit though. It's looking a little scrawny. Especially with the foreshortening, we should make it just a little bit wider. Would you just like to rig a character? That would be a good place to start. Because I have 2 characters that I definitely need to rig, 3 characters. And then with a face, all with faces, and then 1 creature that I'll need to rig. Creature is going to be wild, and I might honestly just commission a friend of mine if he's available. because he's a very good rigger and would be able to do it a lot more effectively than I will ever hope to. With faces needs 3 times the work. Well, it's gonna, that's what it needs. Because they are characters with faces. Maybe that's why Pathless has the character's mouth covered, so they didn't need to rig the mouth. Aesthetic through limitations. Alright, also gonna use Mixamo. I was not planning to. I haven't thought about Mixamo in ages. Rigging, motion captured. Yeah, I messed around with Rigify a little bit a couple months ago just to sort of see it, but I was still like so green to Blender. I was like, I don't know. I didn't understand Blender well enough to understand rigging in Blender. So that's gonna be something that I need to reapproach. I need to see about Mixamo just because it's Adobe though, so it's gonna be some kind of monthly bullshit. It might be helpful just for like getting some of the basic animations taken care of. Don't know. I don't know. Oh, I never got that sword finished up. I was working on a background and then I lost track of it. Sword's done. I should probably just go ahead and render that if I'm not gonna get all involved with the ground plane. Making a game with friends, nice. What's it about? What's it about? Or what kind of game is it? Oh, that reminds me, I need to see about the Game Jam Mirinth wanted to start up. He wanted to. They were spitballing the idea last year, and then the everyone always gets really busy around the holiday, so nothing came of it. But I think she still wants to do it sometime this year. Trying to test to see if we're able to make one, see time and other stuff. Make a Pac-Man with Mario parody. Interesting. Alright, sounds neat. Okay, let's switch over and just do a little bit of cleanup on the clothing. Make sure I hit all of our important details. The angle on the... What the fuck did I do here? The angle on the collar, I think, is a little weird. That was one thing that I wanted to... Italian building. Worm's eye view. They're not my ideas. Okay, yeah, I think this is pretty good. Yeah, you can still enjoy it. I have not done, you know, working on a game professionally. Everything I do is someone else's idea, and we have to get approval on everything. But it's still fun to take ownership of it where you can. Yeah. Understanding engines is really important. at some point I'm probably gonna have to do an actual project in Unity. That will be an interesting day. And finally bite that bullet. I managed to import things from Blender to Unreal in a decent way. Nice. Yeah. I don't know. I will, I guess my sort of sense, the feeling that I get is that, like, even if I get to a point where I can really understand how to do it, rigging on stream is not going to be very interesting to watch because it's just going to be me futzing with bones for a while. So I don't know if it's going to be something that I can do here as opposed to just doing in my off time. Which then gets into the problem of what off time. I'm either working on stream, I'm working for my job, I'm working on the comic, or I'm actually like taking a little bit of time to relax. Well, maybe there'll be some more time this year. Maybe I'll figure something out. But yeah, that sounds like you're working on a cool project. I hope you're learning a lot from it. Yeah, and I feel like because you know, obviously I've done the live 2D stuff to make my body, make my model. And there's kind of a similar thing there, like doing really good rigging in either one is not like no one part of it is super hard, but understanding everything that you need to do and like the amount of times that you need to do it is really challenging. So like the more control you want, the more bones you need to set up, the more you need to weight paint, the more you need to set up controls and handles and understand how to make the model in a really effective way so that it will deform the way that you want it to. It's like no, you just end up like doing relatively straightforward elements, but you keep doing it a lot. To set up a basic rig, yes, I think you can probably do that very quickly, especially if you have some kind of auto rigging tool. Yeah, the faces are very complicated. Setting up the IK controls is very complicated. Like from what I've seen for Destiny, we have to, well, I say I do not get involved with the rigging and animation side at all, but you know, because everything character-wise is like iterations on the player character and has to follow the same skeleton, we have a lot of rules in place about how like everything fits together so that the rigging and animation team don't have to do a lot of bug fixing. And Destiny is fairly straightforward because, you know, all the body types are the same. I can't imagine what a game like Final Fantasy, where there's like 7 races and each of them have their own body type, what they need to deal with to make all of their armors work. Okay, cool. Let's not post that publicly. not dox ourselves. Sure, yeah, if you want to send it by DM. Okay. And then we've got the vest, we've got the halo. I'm missing the buttons on the vest. Let's just do a quick rough in of that. So we got one, and like that, and two. I'm not even gonna bother lining out the cool. Thank you. I have 5? Do I have 5? I thought I had 4 buttons. Hang on. Oh yeah, it is 5. I can count. For some reason I thought I had 4. Maybe it's something in the sweater. Alright, let's just give this a little bit more room. And then yeah, this is gonna sit like right here, right above the belly button. But what I would like from you is some of your rigging colleagues' demo reel. Yeah, I can see if I can find my friend's portfolio. Probably wouldn't mind me sharing it around. I actually haven't seen his work in a while. I'm not sure what he's up to. Probably still killing it. Okay, let's just do this because this masking stuff is getting annoying. Make a demo reel? Yeah. Do it. Do it. Cool. Drag that down like that. And then we're going to drag that like that. And then we're just going to move this one up a little bit. Okay, probably good that I noted those out. Oh, I'm an idiot though, because they're on the wrong side. Because I flipped the image. No, wait. It needs to be like... Okay, that looks about right. Merge that down. Oh, I know what I did. There we go. Wrong button. There we go. Okay. Everyone remember to save. Okay, so we got the pants right here. I'm just going to add a little bit of a bunching to the material like that. Yeah, unfortunately I need to make some updates to my portfolio. I've got a bunch of stuff that I can publish from work now. And I have not, I've been slacking. Let's not bother with that because that's going to be underneath the skirt. Okay, vest looks good. Skirt looks pretty good. Okay. And yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about the hair right now, just because what's the word? Oh yeah, I always deal with it more in the paint over. So yeah, I think this will be fine to do. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our color information. There we go. There you are. Yeah, model sheet will work. So we need our line color. Group that up. Okay, and let's see how much of a mess I made and how much I need to clean up still. Okay, so we're gonna do selection like that. Okay, and then we need to grab that. Insides of the halo like so. That bit. Is that everything? Nope. Yeah, close enough. I'll clean that part up myself. Not a big deal. Okay, I think that'll work. Bonk. And then yeah, we can just fill that little bit in. Like so. Okay. I think that'll do. And then we're just gonna do sort of a bright yellow for the hair, I guess. Go ahead and mask that off. This is my new recolor. I'm going to be green from now on. Please look forward to it. Good. Go. There we go. All right. Just gonna hollow that out. Yes. Let's grab a nice. Let's do red. Do our under hair color like that. And then we need our highlight right here. Good. All right, that should work, I reckon. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, maybe that should be filled in. Yeah, I can fix it in post if I need to. In post. Okay. Who's next? Normally the hair layers wind up near the top, but since that's so far up in the perspective, let's do a quick undershirt. And just fill that in with our line color. That's just gonna go like that. It's actually pretty close, I think. And then vest. We can make the vest also red. Go like this. I think we'll need to go like this, yeah. There we go. Excuse me. Okay, so we got the vest, we got the undershirt. Let's do the shirt. Make this one a nice old cyan. Actually, you know what? For the sake of my own sanity, I'm just gonna desaturate the base so I have more colors to play with. Okay, and then all of this is gonna go like that. I think I'm actually gonna make this hanging part of the shirt a little bit tighter. A little too loose right now. There we go. Cool. Thinking now about if there's a 3D thing that I can do on the stream in the next little while. I'm not sure. Maybe another ZBrush project. Fortunately, all the game stuff is sort of past that point. So either I would be starting on a new thing, which would not be the wisest course of action, in my opinion. Or it would be something unrelated. Not necessarily a bad thing though, just a fun little side whatever, maybe another speed sculpt. Okay, yeah, that looks a little better. I don't suppose is nearly, oh, look at that. It does work. It did mask off nicely. We take those wins. Go ahead and set that, and then we're gonna do things like 50%. Sounds about right. Yeah, this is all flattened down, so I can't tell from here. But yeah, 50 seems about right. Shirt, cuffs. And we'll grab our green and just fill it in right here. Right, yep, that makes sense. Go. Okay. Then we need skirt. Sonic 321 Master. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good Saturday. How you doing? We're just doing some drawings. We were playing the Pathless earlier. Oh, did I update the stream info? Yes, I did. Good, good. Very fun game. Want to play it more, but the my computer was not doing a great job streaming it, so I'm gonna have to see how that goes tomorrow. Ain't that just the way? See if I can't figure out something. There might just be some like setting in OBS I can do that would improve game streaming. I will need to look. I wonder if there's a way that I can like tell OBS not to actually stream to Twitch, but then do its streaming performance, just so that we can like test it. Okay, and then we need another layer for the shorts here. One color. There we go. I think this is like 70%. Or no, let's leave it at 100. And we're just gonna add a mask to it. Gonna go like that. There we go, that looks about right. Nice. Okay, and then we got the hair. Oh, we need one more thing for the hair. Grab all of that. And we're just gonna do gradient for the hair like that. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's the most beautiful I've ever been. Clean that up a little bit. Cool. That looks about right. So now we need an undertone for the skin. Do that with purple. Nothing like a little good eye-bleeding colors to wake you up in the morning. That. We can go ahead and sort of fill in this entire area like that, just to make sure we kind of hit all of our marks. And then we're going to get rid of it from right there, like that. Good. And we'll get just a little bit of it coming up the shins right here. Yes. Okay, that looks about right. And then we need the actual skin tone. We're gonna make bright yellow so that we can see it easily apart from our undertones. This is the same outfit that I have right now. I'm not planning to do any like really sort of big changes in terms of like outfits or redesigns or anything. I'm mostly just thinking like it's mostly going to be like technical improvements. A few things that will allow me to do like new outfits more easily. So like the underlying body will be sort of more open to, you know, having different outfits on top. And I might have more like sort of room for hairstyles and whatnot. Because right now the functionality for that is a little bit limited. But I'm not going to do like a new character or wildly new stuff. I got kind of lucky when I was doing the holiday sweater that past me had the foresight to make the my undershirt here a separate object so that I can phase it out like that. Because I didn't remember if I had done that before. So thankfully at some point I did a smart. Not that common, but we get those wins. All right, we're just gonna clear out some of these overlaps that we don't want. Like that. We're gonna clear that little bit out like that. What is that? Oh, that's the undertone. Oh no, don't delete the undertone. We're just gonna fill in the skin tone like that. Okay. Oh god, colors just burn your eyes, don't they? Okay, let's do this. We're gonna group it up, and then we're gonna set that, and then we're gonna undo the group clipping map for each of those. So now the entire group is clipped. And then let's just turn that off for a hot minute. We're gonna create a shadow layer. We'll just use color for now. Yes, Takahata's a great guy. I definitely wanted to go with sort of a similar, like the sort of sharp dressed, casual but professional look when I was designing mine. There were actually a few elements, like I had this dream of a character a little bit before I started like working on Kaiga's design. And that actually became a lot of the like basis of what I was aiming for. I did make some modifications, you know, refining the design beyond whatever insanity my subconscious comes up with. But the core elements are still there. There we go. Put a little bit of shadow work in here. Start blocking out some of our lighting. Go ahead and futz a little bit of it just to use the lighting to like pull some objects into the foreground, recede some into the background. Give us a little bit of depth to work with, you know? We have a drop shadow that actually sort of follows the form of the leg. It's going to get much farther down, more like good. Okay. So that gives us a little bit of light and shadow. And most of our like main bodily areas. Doing just sort of a simple top-down spotlight on this one, nothing too crazy dynamic, nothing. Okay, but I was dodging the face because the face is a bit more dynamic, and now it's time to deal with that. Face has a lot of little areas to add detail to. You know? Okay. A little bit under the brow like that. And then fill this in. Good. Okay. Let's just get a little bit more onto the underside of the hair right here. Yeah, I was thinking about if I wanted to do any sort of redesign elements. I think I'll revisit the robe a little bit just because I have a bit of a better like understanding of what I can and can't do. So there might be a few things in there that I'm like, let's make that better. Let's do that again. And just sort of see, you know, I've had a chance to like get a better feel for what I can do with the model. Also, I have learned some things about like how to set the model up. It's like, oh, no, I didn't do that well. Way too many things like set onto a single object, like too many parameters. So there were like a bunch of stuff that I had to like do multiple times because it's like, yes, you did it. You set up the parameter correctly for state A, but you also created a state B, and so you need to do all of that again for state B. I'm like, I didn't know that. Yeah, having parent controls for the whole like state A, state B thing, I think is gonna save me a lot of headache in the future. Little bit on like the sides of the nose. Just a smidge of shadow down here. And do a bit more sort of wrapping around the sides of the cheek here. I'm not too worried about what's going on in the eyes because we're going to do that as a separate group. As is my way. We're doing some art. We were doing the game, we got to a pretty good stopping point, beat the first boss, and it was laggy. Your way, the highway, always. It's my stream and I do what I want. Okay. Yeah, we can go ahead and leave that well enough alone. I'm actually going to go ahead and mask out basically all of the body drawing underneath the sketch just because that's line work that I don't want to have to solve. paint over. We can just mask it out like that. Good. Okay. And then let's do a little bit more sort of shading coming around the sides of the skirt. That's some nice volume. Did we talk about? Don't know. I don't know. But let's put a pin in that because I need to take a very brief break. Just stretch. Get some water. Everyone, please do the same. Remember to take care of yourselves. Yes, thank you. I'm about to do it. I'm just filling in these elements. That looks pretty good. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be back momentarily. Let's dance. Okay, there we go. We're back. What happened? What I missed? Who's this? Who's this idiot standing tall on the screen? Where did my reference image go? There you are. How are you guys doing? What's going on? What's your Saturday behaving like? Let's do top light. Go ahead and paint this in green for the moment. Okay. There was another drawing that I did. Like I sort of roughed it out at the same time I roughed out the moon piece that we did at the end of last year. I was gonna do that one. I was gonna bring that in, and I kind of looked at it again. I'm like, it's okay. I kind of want to like revise some parts of it and maybe end up just kind of redoing the whole thing. And it's like this poor drawing was like an idea I had in, I don't know, 2016, 17. It's been waiting for years. And it's gonna have to wait a little longer because I wasn't happy with it. I've never quite been able to get it to look just right. And it's a difficult one because it's like sort of part of a scene. It's like I would love to do the entire scene, but I'm not doing a 6-minute animation by myself. So it's like I gotta end up just doing the one part, you know? Alright, have a good night, team. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, feels pretty good. Warm the top of that up a little bit. Like that. That seems pretty good. Okay, and then kind of follow the anatomy a little bit. So for this, since this is sort of our top highlight, you know, coming off of our theoretical light source up here somewhere. I'm basically not going to put any of it on the lower limbs down here. So let's do this really quick. I'm going to put our shadow color off to the side so that it's easy to grab again if I need it. There we go. Okay, and then we need our rim light. Like this. Extremely hot pink. Like so. Yeah. That. Actually, we should probably keep it like that because the rim light is going to be softer, not as strong as our top light. Anywhere that the top light is, the rim light should not be. Right? You can kind of fill it in like that. I don't need to be super precise, particularly on the hair, as I'm sure you guys have noticed. I can kind of futz this part and just be like, eh, we've got a good color sample. Fix it in the paint over. Of course, then I get to the paint over and be like, damn it, past me. Why were you so freaking lazy? So lazy. Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do a color layer for the halo. We're going to want to go back and touch that up for sure. Let's do that real quick. I'm going to turn our lighting information off. Why do you not want to do through on that? Can I help you? What's wrong? Oh, that's weird. Why is it not? Let's just take each of these out one at a time. And then we're going to set that to no. Oh, I'm very confused. Oh. No. In Huh, okay. I guess I can't set a clipped group to through on its blend mode. Weird. But I guess them's the breaks. Okay, let's make this just like a dark blue for now. And we'll get the rest of it afterwards. Yep. Always. Always, always, always. Hey, Atishal. Happy Saturday. What's going on? Okay. Need to put that like so. That looks like that. Oh, wait. Halo shouldn't go behind, in front of the arm like that. We'll just go. I'm doing pretty well. We were playing some of the Pathless earlier. Fun game, but it was chugging a bit, which is a shame. It was not doing well on stream. I gotta troubleshoot that tonight, see if we can't get it to be a little more performant. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, the Pathless. Let me pull up the title or the card. There we go. It's sort of like a more action-heavy Journey, if you're familiar with the game Journey. So it's kind of open world. It's a little Breath of the Wild-esque, but more like Journey than anything. It's got like sort of a cool flowy movement mechanic where you're like hitting targets with a bow and arrow, and that like refills your movement gauge, so you have to like keep comboing shots with the bow to keep your movement up. It's fun. It's a good game. It's very pretty. It's got some great music and a great look about it. Would recommend. But yeah, unfortunately it was a little, it was chugging on stream. It was not looking too great, so I apologize for that. And yeah, now we're just clown coloring in this drawing. Gonna grab a little bit of this right here. What is that? This should not be here. That needs to be like that. There we go. And then yeah, we're blocking the lights for our halo here. that. And like that. And then we need the heck? Whatever. We'll just keep doing what we were doing. It's fine. This is fine. Put our backfill back in really quick, just at where it is. Okay, and then we need it going like that. And that can go like this. And we're just gonna fill this in like so. Welcome to Pathless. You get the swashbuckling heroism of Breath of the Wild and a dash of Journey serenity. While you bash NPCs with a club therapeutically. No clubs, only bows. There's only shooting. Also, you get a pet eagle, which is kind of, the best. You get to pet the eagle. 10 out of 10, best game. Okay, I'm gonna grab one other thing, because I know we're gonna need it. I'm gonna copy this. And then that, and we're gonna just go ahead and paste it here. Flip it around. Convert to color. Okay, so first one, we are going to scale it down a bit. And then we need to warp it. Okay, let's add a few more control points to this. Like that. Yeah, so now we've got enough control points we can wrap the texture a bit closer. That. Where is that? Where is it going? Wrap it like that. Watch in awe as I slowly deform an image. I mean, the alternative would be trying to draw this in by hand every time, and I'm really not about that. Actually, here, pull it down so this line is right on the edge. Yeah, so Kaiga, if it wasn't obvious, is very like triangular with a lot of their shape language. So that pattern sort of repeats itself in a number of places. Okay, we're just gonna kind of pull this up. Dang it. carefully now. Yeah. Gonna kind of plug this whole thing in more so that it is more that. Exactly. And I have all the polygons. Okay, better. I'm just gonna nudge this down a little bit. I can find where I left my frickin' waistline. Okay, it's right about here. So now we can just kind of even this out a bit. I don't get this, 1-to-1. Wait, what? Oh, shoot. It's actually more like right here. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. That looks right. I thought DBZ, but every character is rendered to the polygon count of their character level. That would be really interesting because initially you would be hitting like PS1 era graphics, right? Because you have the classic over 9,000, but 9,000 tries is not a lot. At least by modern standards, that's very low. Like, I guess 9,000 would be like, well, so if you're talking like the very start of DBZ, it would be below 9,000. So yeah, you're talking PS1 era graphics, and then you get like up to PS2 and the Xbox, and then you get into like the tens of thousands, and eventually you're into like full cinema level graphics. Yeah, so well, and I have no idea what it's at now because I know like there's Ultra Instinct or whatever, which is basically just, yeah, they're gods. They're just gods of destruction. So I've not done like modeling for cinema, like for film. My understanding from talking with people who have done it is basically when you are um like you're blocking out a scene. Basically there is a proxy model, right? There's a stand-in. That looks about right. That'll work. I'll probably have to do some cleanup, but they'll get us most of the way there. And then we're just gonna mask it off a bit. I might redesign the skirt when I'm making the new model, just because this is kind of a sticking point. Anytime I want to redraw Kaiga, I have to do this whole thing. And yeah, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Not gonna lie. What was I saying? Yeah, so you have like a proxy model that is, something that you can actually work with. Like the poly count is reasonable. A rigger / animator is not going to kill you for asking them to know, weight paint 20 million polygons. What was that? Convert. There we go. We're gonna convert this to color. There we go. You know, it is a feasible thing that you can work with. And then once the scene is good, once you're ready and confident in it, you'll tell it to render, and the system will basically replace the proxy with the actual model, which is, you know, the super high fidelity one. So like if you've seen Zootopia, and you know, each of the characters has millions of hairs on them, the proxy model doesn't have hair. All right, speaking of hair, let's get some head pets going. Thank you, Sonic. Where did I leave the head pets? There they are. Let's go, head pets. Yeah. Thank you. What happened? What's strange is happening? Just witnessed the ethereal plane. Okay. What flavor was it? I had a dream where I was in a city full of VTubers, and I was like, hold up. When I woke up, I was like, damn it. No, take me back. It was perfect. It was perfect, and you took that from me. That sounds fun, but also like the most chaotic place ever. Yeah, I think the ethereal plane just collapsed under the weight of its own insanity. Like, oh, this is too much. This is too many. We have to abort. Collapse this universe. We're gonna try again. Oh, I hate that when you have like a really nice dream and then you wake up and you're like, no, more. I wasn't done, damn it. Yeah, I know what you mean. Too many polygons. Too many food crimes is more like. Have you seen some of the shit people post on Twitter? Mm-mm. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, actually, you know what? Because I have the vest, I don't need to get this all the way up to the waistline. I just need to get it below the vest. I just cook eggs and sausages. A sad consolation prize, but I'll take it. Yeah, so I just need to actually do like that. I don't need to figure out how it like sits. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it. Okay, let's hide the other one because I can't see what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. I'm a professional. I have it under control. And that's what I'm going to keep telling myself until it happens. Scoop up a little bit to cover that part. Okay, and then we're just going to reduce the opacity so that I can see and mask off these fingies correctly. That looks about right. There we go. That'll do. Well, good. I'm glad they were at least delicious. Also, are you sure you didn't just fall asleep watching Twitch and get like bounced between multiple raids all night? Just hear a bunch of VTuber voices in your dreams like, what the hell is going on? Oh, it's lagging a little bit. It does not like doing all this warping. I'm just gonna nudge these triangles up a little bit. They're getting a little skewed. Okay, that looks a little bit better. A little bit more. Good. No, don't move it. Don't move it. Bad. Bad clip studio. Okay, that looks about right. I will take that. Not watching Twitch. I think I was watching the Weary 101. That would explain it. I do like Taka's approach there, like sort of what he set up with it, that it's just kind of a place to hang out, and it's like it makes a lot of sense to just have like guests and friends come and chill. Like it's a bar, that's what you do. I think that's very clever on his part. Okay, so we're gonna apply the cutout masks, and now we're gonna grab this. We're gonna reduce that to 1, and we're just gonna grab all of the black section right here. Like that. Sure. Actually, here, let's do 0 if you're gonna be that finicky about it. There we go. And we're gonna invert, and we're gonna mask it like so, and apply the mask, and do the same thing over here. There we go. And same thing. Oh no, it's fine. We just need to mask off this part. I mean, he does have a lot of guest VTubers at the bar. He does. He has a lot, and that's kind of his whole thing, right? Like, I know he plays some games, mostly playing games with other streamers. But that's just kind of like the niche that he has filled. It's like he's the hangout place. You just chat with Taka and whoever else shows up. It's a very neat idea. I respect it. I respect the approach. I think he did something really cool with it. Props. Okay, let's do one more. I was gonna say one more thing, but I think we can go ahead and just do that. We're gonna put these inside the inside our coloring group. We're still in our glorious version 2.0 colors. So beautiful. So beautiful. I will get so much attention on the front page when everyone looks at my fucking melted box of crayons color palette and go, what is happening? Is this what going insane feels like? Okay. I was just realizing I forgot to do my eyeshadow. I will need to do that, and I was just thinking about what layer I wanted to apply it. where I wanted to apply it. I think I'll put it in the colors with the others. Square out the eyes a little bit. They're slightly too slanted right now. That's better. Yeah, it would be nice to do some collabs at some point. Just hang out. Now introducing the next skin pack for $25. Partly textured renders with only hue values assigned. Yes, we give you the straight ID map. We don't do any coloring. We don't do any diffuse. It's just the clown colors. Please look forward to it. This is a premium skin. 0.05% drop rate. Or buy it now for $49.99 plus tax. Next season, the color ID on the hex wheel. Yeah, we just like threw a dart at the color wheel, and then it spat out, you know, the profile, and we were like, good. We didn't even stop to check it. All right, do like that. Then right eyeshadow. Let's do that real quick before I forget again. Go. Little bit out there. Character model is a color picker with a rifle. It's just the color window with a gun taped to the side. What was that one, like, really jank battle royales, like totally accurate battle simulator or something? I feel like that's something they would do. Just completely irreverent. The minimum number of fucks required to make a game. But you have to care that hard. You have to care a lot to not care like that. You know what I mean? Don't flip it. I didn't ask you. Well, I did ask you to flip it, but I didn't mean it. Okay. Beautiful. Ship it. Take it to the bank, boys. Okay, right. And the top light and the shadows are right here. Oh. Whoa. There we go. Oh man, if that doesn't just hurt to look at. Artists complain about layers. You turned my art against me. You have done that yourself. It's true. It's the consequences of my own actions. Okay. I've got just about all of our base colors laid in, so this is gonna go by in a minute. But because it's about to leave, we are going to make a record. It is immortalized now. We will always remember when I turned. I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like a monitor broke. Like someone smashed a monitor and it's just like a bunch of dead pixels shooting random colors. And I was like, that is the greatest thing I've ever seen. In all seriousness, when did you start using the color values for the hues, etc.? Like, when did I start doing clown color like this? Okay. I think we do have everything laid out now. Oh, you know what? I haven't done the gym, but we can do that separately. Yeah, let's just do it separately. Let's start laying in our colors, and then we'll grab the rest of it. In this skin pack, the value you have is a 2005 DeviantArt Flash character generator. That's it. That is the look. That is the feeling. That is some Gaia Online. I want every color possible shit. Oh man, what a reminder of terrible times. Even the colors have colors. There are 256 million colors that this program can render, and somehow you found a way to go beyond. Okay, and then I believe, okay, so that's the color for the eyeshadow. So this is the reason that I do clown colors. And you see it done a lot in 3D work, right? Here, let me bring up an example. No, not a 3D model of a clown. Okay, this is a really good example. This shows why we do it. It looks like a human insect that can mimic people. Shh, I'm not a bug, I'm a rock. Come on, man. Okay, so this is how you use it typically in 3D modeling, right? So in programs like Substance Painter, 3D Coat, I think Blender can do it now as well, because Blender can do fucking everything. You know, you can assign different materials, and you can basically say, I want you to look at the entire model. I want you to look at, you know, the ID map, and I want you to apply this iron everywhere that is green. And I want you to apply wood to everything that is red. And I want you to apply leather to everything that is blue, or whatever the case may be, right? So you go with these really bright, garish colors to reduce the chance of the ID picker mistaking one color for another. So you do like really bright greens, bright yellows, bright reds, blues, cyans, purples, etc. So that's where you see it really commonly. I'm doing it here just so that, like, when I'm laying down one color, like the cyan and the red show up really strongly against each other. So if I like have overlap where I didn't mean to, it's really obvious. Whereas, you know, with my actual colors, there's a lot of very similar colors. So it's harder to spot when I make those mistakes. Oh, I did this on the wrong layer. Whoopsie. So we're just gonna put that in like so. Good. Oh, this face? This is my WoW emote. Going wow. Yes, exactly. You see the biggest cookie and you just know you need to have it. You need to have it in your soul. Okay, where were we? So we're working through our colors. So we need our light purple, dark value. So the hair, let's turn our lighting off for a second just so that we don't click on those by mistake. Hair is gonna look like that. And then the gradient is gonna look like that. Though admittedly with the cyan, that's pretty cool. Ow. Let me check, I think. All right, it should be connected. Did it not throw? Did it throw and I just didn't notice? Okay, and then we need our blue color for the under hair. Like that. Undershirt. Gonna be right here. Go ahead and layer or transparency lock all of these so I don't make a mistake and do something that I'm going to be very upset about later. Same color for the shorts. Shirt. Actually, I need this color? That color. I think it's this color. That looks right. Skirt color is going to be right here. Oh, is that? Maybe that is the wrong color. I think it is. I think I needed this purple after all. That looks better. Let's compare. Because I have that technology. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Yeah. Yes, that's good. Also, I think it's time to say goodbye to the head pads. Goodbye, head pads. Okay. So the shirt cuffs are actually slightly different colors. Collar is warmer than the wrist. Something like that. Oh. Too much. Gotta get rid of it. We're gonna get rid of it. There. That looks about right. Okay, and then what's next? We got our triangles. That. There we go. It's interesting to see the evolution of the character design from the ref sheets. Yeah, and the model sheets, obviously, like, I don't put quite as much attention to detail in. Oh, you know what? I still have the lighting on from Pathless. There we go. That's better. Yeah, there's a lot of like sort of simplification. Some of like the patterning on the skin is a bit more noticeable just because like I still left the line work in as opposed to doing it sort of through shading. Stuff like that. But you know, the model sheet has all the like important information so that if I like commission someone or something, then they would have everything they need. I mean, it doesn't have like the particulars of like how the buttons are sort of rendered out, but I figured they don't need. Also, that would be a really complicated model sheet to throw at somebody. Uh, mm, this is too far out. Boo. I might just fix that in post. That is the clothing. All right. Let's just do this really quickly. Oh, me and my second guessing. Okay, so then we just need to go down to the fill layer. We're just gonna kind of wipe that out. Anything else about it that I don't like, we can just deal with later. Okay, where were we? We got the shorts, we got the shirt, we got the graphs. Vest, we already got. Halo. I love that game. Or I did. Never forget. Never forget what they had, what we had. Never forget what they took from us. Never forget Reach. Okay, and then we just need this color for the lights, like that. And we need the eyes. And then the iris. We'll grab that pupil. Oh, you know, I didn't do like any of the design stuff in the iris. Well, I always end up having to redo it in the paint over anyway. Covenant like wart wart wart. There was. I will never forget this, I swear. I was playing the original Halo. It was one of the missions where you're like on a Covenant ship, and I threw a plasma grenade and it stuck to a grunt, and I just see him like run off down a hallway, and I hear him shouting, "Get it off!" And I hear an elite shout, "No!" And then they both exploded. Like he actually ran for help and killed them both, and it was so sad. Eyes remind me of Rebecca from Cyberpunk. Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment. I mean, yeah, I did change it, so it doesn't line up now, but I see what you mean with the sort of inverted pupil. Man, that was a good show. I really liked that show. I actually watched it. I got all the way up to episode 7. And then I started it over because I initially watched it in Japanese. And then I heard the dub was really good. Well, I say dub, but they came out at the same time, right? But the like the English version just had a lot of like sort of personality and colloquialisms that the Japanese version didn't have. I was like, oh well, I gotta check that shit out. Okay, so I think we did the shadows in the right color. Yes. And then the rim light, pretty close, but I want to cool it off. We're going to desaturate it and pump it up a bit. And then the top light we just did in green, the best of all lights, obviously, naturally. Okay, so let's warm that up. We're going to desaturate that as well. Kind of go like that. And I think what I will do is instead of doing an add, we're going to do an overlay. But if we do that, then we need to pump it all the way up to like bright white. Oh, it's all right. I mean, yeah, it's basically... All right, let's try that. We're gonna get more of like a pink, hot pink. Overlay it. That's not bad. Just give us something fun to sort of work with. In terms of like lighting information. Oh, you know what? I didn't add any shadows to the eyes, which is why they look so flat now. There we go. We're gonna go like that. There we go. All right, that's a good place to start with this. That said, I don't like what this is doing. Okay, here, let's set this back to overlay. And then, yeah, I'll just add a highlight in by hand. Because we've got this sort of standardized color that we can use for the highlight. What the heck? Did I open up my tablet settings? There we go. Okay, that'll work. I might end up sort of futzing with that when we get to the actual paint over, which we are just about to now. Okay. I forgot one other thing. Always do. We need the buttons. Where are my buttons? Oh, and I didn't do the gem. We should do that. There's always something I forget because I am an idiot. Okay, see, this is one of those situations where I need to clown color it because I can't clearly see the distinction. It's supposed to be really subtle, but then it can be hard to like make sure that I'm doing everything correctly at that, you know, that level of visibility. I'm just gonna kind of come in like this. Let's check the model sheet to make sure I'm doing these correctly. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that needs to come up like that. And that needs to come up like that. Good. And then down like this and up like that. And trim it. Good. I think. Oh, frick me, I did them backwards. Oh, I didn't do them backwards, I did it just wrong. I have a question. If I ever raid your stream, what are your pronouns? Because some VTubers who are transgender can confuse me. I am pretty easygoing. They, them is fine. I am a rock. I do not have hard set pronouns, but I appreciate you asking. But yeah, for simplicity's sake, let's just go with they, them. Okay, so yeah, the mistake that I made is that these stripes actually need to go in between the triangular buttons. They don't alternate like I did initially, and that's why I ran out of room, because they each stripe was just too big. So it needs to be more like that. And then I think, yeah, the last one just stops. So yeah, we got it. And then we've got this whole other thing. Now, remember, now, because I really need some 7-Up. A fine choice. Oh, I could do this. I probably should just drag in another pattern. Yeah, I might have to reevaluate in the redesign whether I want to keep these. Like, I like the idea. I like the triangle pattern. It kind of becomes a whole thing. Like, it's a whole performance every time I need to redraw them, because I need to do this whole process of like bringing the pattern in and moving it into position. Like, is it worth it? I can't drink anything that has caffeine. That sucks. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I drink so much coffee. It is my lifeblood. I feel for you. I don't know what I would do in your situation. Okay, so we're gonna scale you down like that. And I think we need like yay big. And then how many is it? So it's 5 rows. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're actually gonna want this layer. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we almost got it exactly right. Just a little bit smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this one needs to come up like that. Does not suck. I avoid it after what I saw, what Coca-Cola does to your body, and it scares me. Yeah, and I actually stopped drinking sodas altogether a few years ago. I do occasionally have some, like if it's a mix or something. I'm not perfect about it. I just usually opt not to drink a soda. That said, I drink a ton of coffee, so you know, you pick your poison, right? Okay, just gonna give that a little bit of a twist. And now we need to mask it off. Actually, let's do... No, don't move. Ya nini. Ya nini. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Okay, so now we just need to mask off to the part that I actually want. And then it's 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then we just need to grab connected pixels only. So we're going to grab all of that. And mask it out like so. Apply it. Just clean up our little bit of extra lying around here and there. There we go. Okay, better. And then we're gonna warp it a little bit to get it to wrap around the side a bit better, like this. It's Saturday, right? Yes. Like, I think we still have another day of streaming this week. Like, I was even shocked of how much sugar was in it. Yeah. Yeah, soda has a lot of sugar and is very empty calories. Like, I get it, don't get me wrong. I like soda. I like the flavor, though at this point I think I'm sort of used to not drinking it to the point that if I did, it would probably taste too sweet. But you know, I definitely drank a lot of soda and I totally get why people like it. I'm not saying don't. But yes, it is a lot of sugar for sure. There we go. All right. Better. Better, 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 better. Better, better, better. Okay. So I think that's all of our base color now. Except for the nails. I forgot the nails. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. To be fair, I almost never see my own nails because it's always a waste. It's always, you know, chest up. And then we need to do the gem. Okay. I swear we're going to start in on the paint over today. Probably. What time is it? It's almost 8. Yeah, we'll get a little bit of paint over done. And then that'll probably be where we call it. So yeah, as you have no doubt noticed, I am a lot of purples. And that's why I do clown colors, because it's really easy to just like lose tones against each other. Case in point, I'm gonna make myself green now. Okay, that looks like a good block out. So now we can grab the actual color now that I am confident in our spot. So, gem base, gonna be this dark purple. And then we need, too many tabs. Okay, so let's grab this hot pink for the highlights. Actually, here, grab that, and then we'll grab this. That looks good. That looks about right. And we're just gonna sort of throw this in. Stop flipping it! I swear I'm not hitting the button. Gonna have some highlights right across the edges like that. Okay. That should give us enough color information to work off of. We're just gonna go ahead and put you right here. And there we go. That should work. Okay, so we got the fingernails, we got the gem, got all the patterns, we got the eyes, we got the hair. I think we can go ahead and start painting. I'm going to start by putting in a background. Okay. Yeah, that'll work for now. No! I'm under attack! Help! Are they gone? Are we good? No! Was that a fucking bear? Did you just throw a bear at me? I'm kind of impressed, but also, how dare you? Okay. I don't know. So let's just gonna close all this off, and we're gonna call it prep. Oh, see, I can do through layer on this. I can do through blending on this. What the hell? The beast can be unbearable at times. Oh, God damn it, Tishel. Oh, I feel like you were just waiting. You were waiting for the moment. You were like, I'm not gonna drop any puns. I'm gonna wait for them to get used to it and just think, well, maybe it's over. Maybe the storm is past, and then boom, like a fucking sniper rifle. Would have thrown the bike, but I was too tired. Oh. Okay, never mind. Not a sniper rifle, more like a shotgun, double barrel. Okay, make our paint over layer. Woo! There's also fruit, but I think it would have made some folks go bananas. Stop! It's so bad. I've been watching GDQ all week. You know how many puns and limericks they fucking assault us with? Gonna clowns. I'm just gonna throw some temperature in here so it's not the skin tone isn't quite so uniform. Pays to be punctual. Oh God. Oh, by the great process, help me. Okay, so I often kind of undersell the shading on the face. Call it anime face syndrome. So I'm gonna pump that up a little bit more. I would also have a cosmic bit of wordplay, but I can't plan it out that well. As a former planet, I take offense to that. Similar things have been said on the moon, but it had a lack of atmosphere. God, it doesn't stop. No, you won't. I know you. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, we add just a little bit of temperature in here just to give us a little more variety. I want to add a little bit to the chin and the neck as well. Anyway, that's okay. We'll clean it up more later. I just wanted to get something in there. It was very rough, very, very roughy scuffy, but that is how this often goes. Not too worried about it right now. I just want to try one thing. What if we make the backlighting more... Nah. No, let's leave it where it is. It doesn't need to be that strong. We can play it up as we need to. But you're all good, Tisha. I'm just being a bully. Okay, bully. Okay. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to do one more thing. I just need to clear out some of the body sketching in here because it's gonna fight with that patterning, and trying to paint over that would just be a pain in the butt. So better to just do away with it like this. Do away with our sketchy line work. Leave that part just as a sort of guideline. That we can get this. Just simplify things a little bit, you know? There. Better. That'll save me a bit of headache going forward. Cool. Be sure to save. You guys are working on something, save it. Don't wanna lose all your hard work to a power outage, down tree, angry squirrel. Never know. Okay. I think that'll work. And then I know I keep saying it, but I want to try one more thing, which is just to I just want to try adding a little bit of a pop to like the bridge and the nose and the tops of the cheeks here, just to sort of lighten things up a bit. Just because I worry that it's getting a little too soft and hard to see, you know? Granted, we're in the, what I like to call the leap of faith, or the ugly part of the drawing. Come to think of it, I'm surprised no game has ever had Control S as its save function. I wonder why. Yeah, I certainly can't think of any. It seems like it would be a simple enough thing, especially since like some games have a quick save option. Like you can keybind a quick save, but then it's not like Control S by default. Huh. Maybe just because WASD is like too common, and so like no one wants to put it in the same place where it could like get in the way of movement. Maybe. I don't know. It's a really good point though. Motherfucker. I missed a point. I missed a detail. This needs to be our undertone. Like that. Important details. That's the new gaming UI for the next MMO. It's just photo editing. Yeah, you don't actually like move around. You have to select the movement tool and like drag your character. So actually, that would just kind of be a lot like Diablo. A lot less clicking, but similar workflow. Okay. I think we're good to go. I think we can finally start in on the paint over like I said we're gonna do for 5 minutes. I don't know. Anyway. I'm gonna start out by giving myself some proper eyelashes here. It seems as fine a place to start as any. Sort of darken the backs of the eye like that. And then we got yeah. Gonna kind of go through, we're gonna do cleanup and color blending, we're gonna add fine details. One of the nice things is that we've basically got like a good, you know, arrangement of colors now that I can just sort of pull from within the painting or within the canvas to get the colors I need, rather than like referring back to the model sheet constantly. It's a little bit interesting because I have a lot of the sort of the reason that I do things this way now is because of an oil painting class that I took years ago. And that sort of got me into this sort of setup and paint over approach that is, I don't know, for me is working very well. What I find, the oil painting that I learned has a slightly different sort of mode where like you're sort of blocking things out, and you start with like what is a very warm area, and you can even block it out just with like pure red, right? And then you have another area, it's like, okay, that's like a really cool area, right? So if you're doing like a person in front of a background, you would probably paint the person in red. You'd probably just go for like pure red. And then you could put the background in like pure blue or green or whatever. And then you would just sort of get finer and finer with your details and be like, okay, well, this part is cooler than this part. So we're gonna, you know, make this part a cooler tone. This part can be a warmer tone. And you just kind of like work it more and more finely until you start getting down to like, you know, color tones like what you actually see. And I think a lot of the reason for that is just because, you know, when you're dealing with traditional paints, you know, a lot of times you'll squeeze some out onto the palette, and then you'll mix it and you'll blend it. And you have only as much as you've blended, and you will never get the exact same blend. Like you will basically, you will never be able to mix the exact same color a second time. But I think that's why he had us sort of approach it that way. It's like, don't worry so much about like trying to get the exact color, just try and get a color that is relative to the others, right? Get warmer tones and cooler tones, and as you get closer, then you can start worrying about precision. Obviously with digital work, because we can just eyedropper whatever color we want, that's not concern. But there is, I do still sort of think about things that way, like, okay, you know, what's sort of the warmer or lighter areas, what are the cooler and darker areas. And like I might go in and even add a little bit of this rim lighting in here, make it a little more saturated, just so that it doesn't quite like pop it up as high, just to sort of create like this cooler tone on the backside against the warmer purples of our foreground. Right, so even if the value isn't strikingly different, we can still kind of read it as being in shadow. And sort of block out these areas a little bit. and slowly get rid of a lot of our scuffy, sketchy line work. Replace it with more sort of solid blocks of color. And also use the sort of intensely dark areas that the line work creates for our occluded zones. Put a little bit of our darkest darks. And also break up the gradient. There's just like, you know, an even gradient on the model sheet, but we can sort of strand it out a bit so that it feels a bit more natural, dynamic. Oh, sorry. If it maybe asked, the traditional media you've worked with, do you have a favorite? Thank you. I'll get to that second point about the progression. But, well, so graphite. I mean, it probably doesn't surprise you very much, but I started just drawing in notebooks and what. So, you know, doing line and pencil sketches is the most comfortable and familiar. I never got a feel for charcoal. It's just, I always found it to be very sort of messy. I don't care for it. I've seen some people do amazing work for it. I just don't like it. That's purely subjective. But yeah, graphite is definitely what I'm most comfortable with. Oil paints, I don't know. Oil paints are fun to work with and they're fun to blend with. They're really messy and you have to be really careful because they have a lot of chemicals in them. So I typically wear like rubber gloves whenever I'm doing oil painting, just to like keep it off my hands as best I can. I don't like the feel of oil painting and it gets really gross. And then yeah, as far as like 3D stuff goes, like sculpting, plasticine's pretty fun. It's more like pliable than clay. It's like oil based, so it doesn't dry out as quickly, and you can do a lot more like revisions, and you can just kind of keep playing with it forever. One of my professors was saying apparently like old plasticine, because of how the chemistry works and, you know, changes over time, can be quite valuable. Like it has sort of a different behavior than new plasticine. So yeah, that's kind of neat. I'd say I like it more than I like working with like, you know, earth clay. But I also haven't done a lot of traditional sculpting. Only a few pieces. And yeah, as to the second point, I thank you. I feel like doing the streams this past year has helped a lot. Like, it's gotten me to do a lot of drawing that I definitely wouldn't have taken the time to do otherwise. So that's been nice. But just also, like, doing so much work has just improved the speed, which has for a long time been one of the things that I get kind of frustrated with. Like, I'm definitely not as fast as other artists are. But just like doing all the drawings that we did last year, I think has sort of helped me just be more confident and like be more efficient, so I can be faster. So that's feeling great. That is something that I've been happy to see improving. And yeah, just drawing more gives me more opportunities to sort of try stuff and see, oh, that works, that doesn't, and you know, just more iteration. But yeah, I owe that to you guys for hanging out and supporting me and making the streams a thing. I'm adding a little bit of a blue hinge into some of our shadowed areas because I want to cool the drawing off a little bit, and especially through the hair create this sort of subsurface lighting. So yeah, just through some of these areas, particularly like right around here where the rim lighting is sort of coming over the edges. Sort of add this blue in to go between the two. So if I don't want to make too many like New Year's resolutions, because if I do, I'm not going to get to any of them and then I'll feel bad. But I've talked before about, you know, I should really do some more like figure drawing, like in-person figure drawing. When I do figure drawing, I use what's called a lira. Imagine like a crayon. You know those really big, chunky crayons? That's like, I don't know, 1/4 inch diameter, centimeter diameter, give or take. So imagine like, you know, a heckin' chunker of a crayon. Yeah, like one of those guys. So imagine that. Now make it out of graphite. That's a lira. They're a lot of fun to work with because you can, you know, sort of hold it to a point and you can get like fine detail. You can sort of use it more like a regular pencil, or you can hold it on its side and you can get like these really soft shades and, you know, broad strokes. It's a much more versatile tool than like a regular pencil. And it's really good for figure drawing because you can do a lot of different approaches with it. So that's, at this point, if I have like one, if I could only have one traditional art tool, it would probably be a lira. Yeah, so you can start to see how we're like filling out some of these areas with the paint over. I'm gonna grab some of this, just use okay. Thank you. Oh, actually, that is a good point. Let's do, really quickly, a value check. Should have done that before, and admittedly, the value checks are always scuff as hell when I, you know, start, because the line work kind of throws everything off, but still a good point to reference. So we're gonna do filter, artistic, and that's 6 value levels. Okay, I am glad I added that highlight because you see we start to get that nice like gradient and contrast up here in the face. Most of the body kind of recedes into the midtone, so it's not like drawing attention away from up here where we want it. We've got these nice guidelines from the halos that are sort of pushing back into the center right around here. So yeah, I think we have a really good foundation to start working off of. And oh shit, it's clown colors again. So yeah, as you guys know, I'm pretty much just gonna end up like bouncing around all over the place. If it may be asked as well, I'm unsure if it's too meta. How many character designs did you go through before I hit on this one? Well, so not many. Um, how do I want to put this? So I kind of mentioned earlier, a little before I like kind of got it into my head to start VTubing and streaming, and sort of said this is something that I'm gonna try out. I actually had a dream where I was like a character. I was this character, and it was super striking because like aside from a few minor details, I had a pretty clear image of what I looked like, which was, you know, is weird for a dream, but like it was vivid enough that I woke up after and was like, I need to draw this, I need to get this down, I don't want to forget it. Actually, I think I have that still. Let me see if I can find it. Where did that go? Um, let's see, that would have been 2021. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, so this was like this was the character that I literally dreamt up, more or less. Couple of things that I was like, I don't quite remember if it was like this. So when I decided to make Kaiga, this was sort of the foundation for a lot of the like design decision. Um, and so then it was more kind of like, I think I was in Maya's stream and sort of asked her about, you know, some of her, because, you know, she is a hummingbird fairy VTuber, which is an interesting combination. And it was like, so, you know, how did you land on that? And I believe one of the things that she was sort of talking about was you want to go with something that you are going to enjoy, right? Something that you want to you can see yourself sort of being. I mean, you know, that's not a hard and fast rule. Zentreya has changed her persona like, I don't know, every year and a half, because she was like a general and then a dragon, and now she's an android. So, you know, not a hard rule, but definitely a good sort of guideline, rule of thumb, you know? Um, so I had that idea, and then I sort of refined it with playing with different like shape languages and ideas and themes. So that's probably the part where I had a lot more iteration. Like I definitely went through a few different ideas. And you know, I sort of had the skin striping that went through a number of different iterations to like figure out how to get it to not be too like intrusive. You know, how long should the hair be? Stuff like that. So I get sort of to your question, like it didn't take me long to land on what direction I wanted to go with my model. But then refining it into something that I was like, this is production ready. You know, this is what I'm gonna clean up and turn into Kaiga. That took longer. Profession, yes. If it may be added on, albeit this is a silly thing to ask on top, what made you decide on the purple palette? I like purple. I mean, that's probably the main thing. There's not a lot of depth to it. I think I did think at one point about switching to an orange palette, which I think I kind of got to enjoy a little bit during Halloween. But I don't know, like purple kind of plays to like sci-fi and synthwave very nicely. Like it has a very sort of mellow energy, whereas I think orange is a lot more like energetic. So yeah, I don't regret going with purple, but I think if I were to go with something else, I would have done orange. Orange is hard though, because like if you reduce like if you go for a pure orange, right? Nice bright orange, and then you reduce the value on it, it becomes brown. And now you're a poopy VTuber. So, you know, it's not impossible, but oranges and yellows can be very hard to sort of get like a broad palette out of. Because yellows get really dirty really quickly, and then orange just turns into brown, and that's weird. So yeah, I don't know. I felt like the purple and blue, even though it does have a resemblance to other VTubers, I was like, I'm gonna get called out as a copycat and a phony. I don't know. I enjoy it. And you know, because the body is just a projection, I can change up the color palette however I want. The only thing that would have to stay the same is the gem. Because at this point, that's kind of, you know, the driving, that's the hard and fast element of the character. I'm trying not to get too like fixated on doing, you know, the stranding of the hair yet or anything. Mainly focusing on like the cleanup. Just sort of getting our good like value zones and color transitions. So we can do a little bit of like a move like that just to get sort of a breakup between the two zones. Also, I will mention, Sonic, I'm not sure if you're still here, but you are actually the first person to ask about pronouns, because I kind of figured that was going to be a thing, especially with how some other VTubers have gotten treated. I was just like, man, I don't care, just wash your hands. sometimes it's nice to, you know, not be a big name. You dodge a lot of crap just by being obscure. The funny thing is, I decided to start streaming late, I almost said late last year, but it was late 2021. Because I was still looking for work at that point, and I was getting kind of burnt out on like applying to so many game industry jobs and never hearing back, and like I didn't know what else I was really supposed to do. And I was like, all right, well, I see people, you know, making a decent living, some of them at least, off of streaming. I can try that. I can see if that goes somewhere. And at the very least, that'll be like a thing that I can do and maybe, you know, make some freelance money on while I keep applying for jobs. So, you know, it was an alternative income stream to sort of at least help out. And so I was like, all right, well, let's try that and see how it goes. So, you know, I came up with Kaiga and I started putting some of the stuff together. We did some like test streams and sort of started figuring out how this is going to work. And then one of my friends from school was like, hey, my company is, you know, is hiring. You should apply. And I'm like, yeah, fine, fuck it. And I sent them an application, I got an interview, and I got a job. It's like, shit, okay, I guess we're doing this instead. All it took was for me to stop caring. We need a lot more loose strands of hair here. Also, I think it just needs. But yeah, like I said, obviously I don't have as much of like a requirement for the stream to be, you know, successful, right? It's not my main source of income. I don't need to like hit, you know, X number of subs or, you know, run ads on it, which is why I don't run ads. You know, if this were like my main thing, then I would have to, because you got to make the ends meet. But I have the fortune that I don't need to worry about that. But I am glad that I said, well, let's keep doing it anyway. Let's see how the stream goes and see. Let's go ahead and, you know, make Kaiga and sort of do that as a secondary plan. Do it anyway, because this has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad to have been doing all this art and leveling up and filling out with you guys, even if it was not quote unquote necessary. Seems to happen to a lot of folks. Yeah, and I still feel like I got lucky, certainly. Like it was purely a matter of circumstances. Like I knew a guy from school whose company was hiring, and, you know, certainly my portfolio is what got me the job, but it was a matter of who I knew that got me in the front door. Just because they knew to send me the heads up that they were hiring. But yeah, I guess the moral of that story, if there is one, is just to not be afraid of opportunity. I guess? I don't know. Like if you see something and it might work and you want it, go for it. Also, as a similar thing that I will give as pseudo advice but not legal advice. What really helped me when I was doing said job interview was I said fuck it. Like again, I was a little kind of I was a little tired of the job hunt at that point, and I was sort of looking at this alternative thing. So, you know, there was a little bit of maybe a little bit of negativity going into it, but I didn't treat it like an interview that I needed to go well, right? I went in, I talked about the stuff that I do, kind of like I talk about it here. You know, I showed some of my projects. I talked about, you know, what I needed to do and how I accomplished it and what I learned from it. And, you know, when it got to like the one-on-one interviews, I just kind of talked shop with them. I just treated it like a conversation with my peers rather than like, you know, I need to put on this perfect performance and like, you know, make a big like gymnastic show and impress them. I was like, I'm already here and I'm just gonna say my piece and you're either gonna be on board with that or not, and I don't care. And I think that like let me relax to the point that I could deliver the things that I needed to a lot better. Hello, Shadow. Happy Saturday. Welcome on in. So yeah, I guess I would just say like if you're doing an interview, if you get to the point where you're at an interview, then you've already impressed them enough that they want to schedule that. So just own it. Just, you know, recognize that you are talented, that you are there for a reason, and that, you know, you've already proven yourself. Things are gonna be scuff. There's gonna be scuff. Don't worry about it. Just relax. You're doing fine. Oh boy. I'm gonna need to figure out what's going on with the stream settings after this is over. See if I can't get the game to be better. Okay. Trying out this hair thing. I think it's working. It's kind of neat. I'm gonna go ahead and sort of reduce this down a bit like that. I don't like doing paint overs with the background color because I know I'm gonna change the background, but it's what we've got. We'll figure it out. We'll clean it up. We'll resolve it later. It's okay. Kind of just been going around the head. I've been kind of dodging the middle of it. Where do I have? Here we go. Let's grab some of this deepest skin tone. The naked skin tone. Oh, scandalous. Just put a little bit right there. Grab a little bit of this guy. Use it as a shadow. Like that. I should probably call it pretty soon. We're getting up to about the 5-hour mark. Admittedly, when I do mixed streams, they tend to run longer than pure art streams. But yeah, I do feel like I'm getting faster. Like, before it would be a thing, and admittedly I did do a lot of the line work for this before we started, but you know, it would take like an entire stream to do the line work and then an entire stream to block everything in, and then we would start the paint over on the next stream. And now it's like I can start in on the paint over much faster. So that's cool. Gonna kind of work that like so. I'll probably go for a little bit longer. But yeah, we're hitting close to the 5-hour mark. I had to reset the stream at one point because there was a lot of latency left over from the game not performing very well. Get a little bit of this warmer tone inside the eye socket here, or inside the brow. Got this nice sort of highlight that we can kind of pump right there. Nice soft brush. Take a break from throwing a pair. I'm still impressed you managed to lift that thing. It was heavy. I would know, it hit me in the face. I need to get front line and another alliance in before bed if you're ending soon. No, I would say go ahead because I still need to wash up and eat after this. So I appreciate the consideration, but go right ahead. Yeah, Tisha threw a bear at my head. It was very uncalled for. Ow! It was like that, but with a bear. Ow! Stop it! Ow! I thought you were too tired. Ow, stop. I'm being bullied on my own stream. Which is mostly what happens on streams. So I guess I've made it as a streamer. Oh, you know, that would be a fun stream to make like some custom throwing objects. That'd be some fun, good Blender practice too. Oh my god. You leave the bear alone. Bear's just chilling, man. Just doing its thing. Shitting in the woods as bears do. Oh, I didn't grab that. All right, let's just put a little bit of that in there for later. Excuse me. Random fun fact. There are such things as dancing bears. Why? Someone looked at that and said, yes, good plan. Dancing bears in Numenor. Is that like a tourist attraction? Is that like a selling point? Come visit Numenor and see our dancing bears? There were dancing Numenorian bears. Oh, no, I'm sad. Okay. I'm realizing I did a goof. I did a not good, and we don't have any of the rim light color for the skin tone. So we're gonna cool it off. Gonna lighten it. That's kind of gray looking. Put a little bit right through there. That seems okay. Granted, we can barely see any rim lighting. It's just there's a little spot on the chin there where we wanna pop it through. Let's actually bring it a little bit cooler still. There we go. It is interesting to me, like Tolkien obviously ran with Middle Earth a lot after his initial conception of it. But it's like, you realize this universe was a children's story initially. Like, the first pass at it was The Hobbit. And it was a bedtime story for children. Granted, there's some stuff in there. It's like, I don't know if this is kid appropriate. People getting eaten by spiders, but I don't know, like dancing bears kind of makes more sense in that context than it doesn't. Oh yeah, it is Seal Rock today. Good luck. So in Final Fantasy, sort of the main PvP mode that most people play is called Frontline, and it is 72 players, 3 teams of 24, competing to score the most points. There are 4 maps on daily rotation. The map that is up today is known as Seal Rock. And it is basically a moving King of the Hill mode. So there is a, let me see if I can find it. Oh, it turns out there's a real Seal Rock, like a place. Oh, cool. They even marked out the locations for me. Thank you. Very kind. So each of these blue dots is a potential hill location. So one team starts down here, one over here, and the team that draws the short straw starts up here. This is the worst starting spot. No question. So, you kind of come out onto the map, a number of hills will spawn, and then the teams fight for control of them and have to defend them until the hill runs out of points, and then other hills will spawn. And the first team to 800 points wins. And Seal Rock would be one of like the top 5 exhibits for why humanity should not be classified as an intelligent species. It's bad. It's bad. People make all the wrong moves. This is Final Fantasy 14. Sorry, I might not have said that part. Sleep is for the weak, but I'm very weak. You know what? That's fair, and it's Saturday. You should get all the sleep you want. Thank you for coming, Sonic. Get some good rest. I'll see you next time. Because it was funny. It's like, sleep is for the weak. I'm very weak. I love the way you said it. It was very good. It gave me a chuckle. On the subject of Final Fantasy, favorite characters. Ooh. Good question. Because if you had said favorite game, I would have said 9. But favorite characters, that's rough. That's a lot harder. Because there are some really good ones. Even in the not so good games. Okay, so I would say probably the first one that comes to mind is Auron from Final Fantasy X. I think he's just a really good character all around, and the like slow reveal of who he is and what he's about is really well done. Who else? I mean, the fact that Auron is like the only one that easily comes to mind probably puts him as my favorite. I mean, there are some, like, I really like Zidane and Vivi. Vivi. Let's put Vivi down for top 3. Shadow might be busy smashing his head against Seal Rock, so give him a minute. Yeah, Vivi's really good. I love that boy. He's a good boy. Pretty sure they said Vivi's a boy. And yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I really like Zidane. I really like Garnet. As you can tell, 9 is still my favorite. Aerith is really good. I'll get to Aerith in a second. I feel like one of the final spot would go to one of the characters from 14, but I'm not sure which. Which, I don't know, it feels like a cop-out of an answer. It's like, well, then you should know if that's the case, but I don't know. Oh god, fuck off. Lightning. This guy with lightning. Really? I am shaming you. Okay, so I said I was gonna get to 7. Here's the thing for me. I did not like Final Fantasy VII initially. I thought it was overrated. I thought the story was confusing. I thought the characters were weak. Because I was not sort of in that group that like played it initially. So it didn't have that like wonder of like, you know, Junior's first JRPG that many people experienced with it. And I didn't like it. I have since sort of come to understand the game more. So there's a group of Final Fantasy speedrunners, and they you know, typically will do one Final Fantasy at each GDQ, or you know, some JRPG. They typically run late in like through the middle of the night because even though they're speed runs, they still take like 8 hours. But one of the things that's really great about them is, you know, as much as they are going fast, it still runs at such a pace that they can sort of explain the game, and they do. Like they talk about the story and, you know, sort of the character beats, and it helped me to sort of understand like, oh, okay, this is what's going on in Final Fantasy VII. This is sort of the driving force in why people like it. So I like it. And then, you know, we had Final Fantasy VII Mission Abridged, which sort of recontextualized some stuff and added some like levity. And, you know, it didn't like broadly change the characters, but it did sort of satirize them a little bit. But adding that little bit of lightheartedness made some of the shortcomings of the characters more palatable to me. So between those two, I now have a much fonder appreciation for Final Fantasy VII than I did, you know, with the game by itself. And so now we have the remakes. You know, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Before Crisis Remake, I think they just released. And yeah, they're making a whole freaking series out of it, which is like, Square, I need you to chill the fuck out. So it remains to be seen whether my opinion of Final Fantasy VII goes up because of the remakes. So far, it looks like it will. I really like what they did with 7 Remake, and I think I will rate it more favorably than I rated the original game. But I guess it's like, is that fair, right? If they get the chance to like entirely rework the game and rework the story and characters, it's like, well, does that mean I like the original? As someone who is very out of touch with Final Fantasy, most I ever played was Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube. I would say Saz and Cactuar, if only because of how Zaz talks to Cactuars. I mean, that's fair. Cactuars are great. But yeah, I don't know. Final Fantasy VII is kind of a weird one for me. It's like, I appreciate it more now, but if I like went through and played the game by myself, I'm still not sure I would like it that much. I feel like it has benefited greatly from iteration and from people like helping it out. I want my 9 remake, damn it. Square, come on. Oh, be a pal. Be a pal here. Has there ever been a crossover or time travel Final Fantasy? So Dissidia is the closest that we've ever gotten, and that is a like crossover fighting game. So there's like there's an in-game reason of like the the god of darkness and the goddess of light summoning their respective champions from across, you know, all the times and spaces of the various games to assist them in a big climactic showdown of Epine energy or whatever. Yeah, and then Kingdom Hearts just has a bunch of Final Fantasy characters dropping in as cameos. But I don't feel like that one really counts. Just because that doesn't like make any attempt to be sort of in canon with the other Final Fantasies. Whereas Dissidia tries kind of. But then, you know, like Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, draws a lot of inspirations from other Final Fantasy. So you'll see characters and locations and creatures and stuff that is either lifted directly or very heavily inspired by other Final Fantasy games. To the point that one of the raid series is even like, yeah, this is sort of the unofficial ending to 12 and Tactics / the official ending. Because the creators for Tactics and 12 actually did work on that raid series. So they're kind of like, yeah, I mean, if we got to write more story, this is what it would do. But then it's like, okay, but 14 isn't in the same world as 12 and Tactics. This isn't Ivalice. And they're like, no, it's not. But it kind of is. And you're like, but it's not. And they're like, no, it's not. But a little bit. Yeah, Dissidia is basically, it's a little more like fighting game than Smash Bros. You know, like combo based and everything. But yeah, it's basically Final Fantasy Smash Bros. Yes. Yeah, basically they were like, well, we're gonna have a big old showdown. We should just go ahead and like get everyone here to do this. And so then they brought everyone. They brought Sephiroth, they brought Kefka, they brought Titus and Lightning and Y'shtola and everyone. I think every game gets some character representation. It's neat. Least favorite characters. So again, see, this is where I would say Cloud, but I feel like Cloud has been getting a lot of improvements as a result of like Machine Abridged and the remakes and just a chance to sort of redress his character. But yeah, I feel like my initial impressions, like way back when, of Cloud were very negative. So I'm gonna throw Cloud on the list for that reason. Seymour from 10 is pretty bad. He is a philosophy 101 student. So no points scored there. um I would say so. Like, I think his name is, and this tells you something. I think his name is Amaranth from 9. Yeah, basically, it's the nihilism around the cycle of death. And it's like, all right, dude, shut up. Nobody cares. Like other Final Fantasy villains have dealt with the challenges of death and mortality way better than you have. So shut up, kid. No one cares. But yeah, there. I would say so like there's one character from Final Fantasy 9 that I don't like, not because he was a bad character, but because he wasn't a character. Right? Like he was a character that you pick up late in the game. He had showed up a little bit and then decides to join your party. And I'm just like, okay, but who are you? And I maybe there was some content to like flesh out his character and give him some personality, but I never found it. So he was just kind of the extra character. And it was really weird. He was the eternal side character. Oh, I'm sorry you lost. That's Seal Rock, baby! What if that character was a book the size of a person? Well, then you would just have to carry him around everywhere, and that would suck. Talk about dead weight. Oh, I don't know. That would be kind of cool then. We don't get a 14 cross 16 event, I am going to riot. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we're gonna, well, actually. What shit, when does 16 come out? Have they announced that yet? The player mod would just be a floating textbook. I feel like that would be June 22nd. It's possible. I feel like if they did something right at the launch of 16, that could kind of limit them, because then they would need to like not spoil the game that just came out. Like everything that would be in the crossover event would have to be really sort of basic and ambiguous. But I could see them doing it. There's definitely some possibility there. And I mean, they did a 15 crossover event, they did a near crossover raid. So yeah, I'm gonna give that one a solid maybe. It would be cool. Especially if there was a book village, the gang could go to an inn. And it's a library. And then the innkeeper would say, sorry, we're booked. Oh my. Alright, I'm ending the stream. Bye, everybody. I'm out. Nope, we done. We done. I think, though, I was actually gonna say, I think that would work better than making it like a character that joins the party and you need to write like a ton of dialogue for them, just having like a location, right? Like, you know, if this were a different RPG, right, it would be like robots. And like each robot has their purpose, their job, their role. And that's all they know how to do. But in this case, it's books. So it's like, you know, the book has what they are written about, and that is the only thing that they know. That's the only thing that they know how to do. That's the only thing that they really know how to talk about. Because that is literally all the knowledge that they have. I don't know. I feel like I'm sure you could. The bit could get a little like tired out by the end of the game if it was like a player character, but if you had a location like that with those, I feel like that would be fun. That would be interesting. And then, you know, you can make that like a sort of side adventure or whatever. Or, you know, just a chapter. Damn it. A chapter in the greater story that is the game, rather than making it like a core element. These eyebrows are weird. Okay. We still got a lot to do. We still got to paint over like the entire body. I've just been focusing on the head. We don't sell any phones in this shop, but we have pagers. We sure do. To borrow a phrase from some lovely streamers, every day is a lot. Okay. Go for just a little bit. Oh, where did the last hour go? Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. Shit. Normally I stop the stream around 8 or so, you know, 4 hours, and then I was like, yeah, well, we'll go just a little bit longer. We'll go till 9 o'clock. I can do that. And it's 9:30 almost. So I think we're gonna have to go ahead and call it. Yeah, let's a little bit of touch. Okay. And just do a fun little back and forth. The halo effect on the hair coming in. Nice, I like it. We still got this chunk in here that I haven't touched up, and I still want to add more like fringing and whatnot, but it's okay. We're filling out the face. We're getting some nice detail in there. It's feeling pretty good. We are off to a good start. Awesome art is always very neat. Seeing the clown colors. Bleh. Yeah. No, I do like sort of showing the progress, showing how I work through stuff and how I think about it. I do wish I could do more of like the technically minded stuff, like 3D modeling, rigging. Like 3D modeling is kind of okay, but like rigging and game stuff is just not very visually appealing. I can talk about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, but it's just kind of like, and now I'm gonna nudge the slider this way. And now we're gonna nudge it back that way. Right? So it just kind of, it's not a visual thing to share, you know? Like it would be cool to show the end. It's cool to show the end results, but watching the sausage get made is not as exciting as illustration is. So I don't know. I'd still like to. We'll play around with it as a possibility, but it's kind of up in the air. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I still have this sketch because it is nice to sort of like remember that's where it started, how it started, how it's going. But yeah. Okay, let me see who we can raid. And no, we are not raiding Harvey T Dog. I like you guys too much. Woo! Okay, let me pull up. Let me see who's around. So I will mention. Okay, so there is one more round of GDQ after this. We're not going to be rating them just because you know I like to keep it with my friends. I think we have not rated Jinkitsu in a little while. I think we'll go over and say hello to her. She's grinding out the guilty gear. Don't have enough points left. How did you run out of points? How do you not have like 200,000 points? Holy shit. Well, thank you for spending the points. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, you gotta paste your sheep screams. How much did I charge for that? 500? Yeah, 500. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and raid Jin. Shit, what was our raid message? Let's do Burb raid. No, I think we're good on him. Yeah, so Burb raid will be our raid message. But yeah, we will pick this up again tomorrow. Hopefully, I will figure out how to get Pathless to behave a little bit better so that it doesn't run like a freaking slideshow. Might just need to turn the graphics down a little bit. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if that proves to be too problematic, then I'm also getting some lag right now. Well, that's not great. Anyway, yeah, if that proves to be too problematic, then we'll just shift directly over to the art. But I would like to keep playing it on stream a bit more. I had fun with it. And it would be cool to play it to completion. In any case, that's a tomorrow thing. We'll see how it goes. Wow, I am really dealing with some lag. In any case, I think that's a good sign to call it. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you had fun. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. And if I don't, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Yeah, if you haven't had dinner, get something good to eat. Take care. And I will see all of you next time. Bye, everybody. Be good now. Oh, where are we? There it is. All right. See you guys. Bye.